There are places on this planet right now that, honestly, do not look like they belong here. Across continents and oceans, in remote corners and sometimes right beneath our feet, the Earth hides spectacles so bizarre, so visually arresting, that they seem to defy the very laws of nature. These are not ancient ruins, not digital effects, real places sitting on real ground that look like they were designed for a completely different world, where the line between science and the supernatural blurs into something absolutely breathtaking. Some of these locations are shaped by unimaginable forces: wind, water, fire, and even time itself, sculpting the landscape into forms our minds struggle to comprehend. Others are the result of bizarre accidents, natural quirks, or human miscalculations that have left a permanent mark upon the face of our planet. And there is one, burning non-stop for over 50 years, the result of a single catastrophic miscalculation, a gateway to a world of fire beneath our own. This is our countdown of the 15 places on Earth that do not look real. Stay until the end. Number 1 is so strange, visitors refuse to believe it exists, even while standing next to it. Before we begin, drop a comment telling us where you are watching from and what time it is. We want to see how far this video reaches across the planet. Off the southwest coast of Mauritius, in the turquoise embrace of the Indian Ocean, lies one of the world's most confounding illusions. Here, the sea itself appears to cascade into an abyss, a waterfall not of water, but of sand. Viewed from above, the shallow shelf of the coastline drops dramatically, and sand and silt are swept down this slope by powerful underwater currents. The result, a mesmerizing visual that tricks the eye into believing the ocean is draining into a vast unseen hole. This phenomenon is not the product of trick photography or computer graphics. It is all too real, shaped by the relentless forces of geology and oceanography. The illusion is at its most dramatic from the air, where the shifting sands create swirling patterns and shadows that suggest motion, depth, and mystery. It's a sight that has captivated pilots, divers, and dreamers alike. For those lucky enough to witness it, the underwater waterfall of Mauritius is a reminder that our planet still holds secrets, waiting just beyond the horizon. It is a demonstration of nature's artistry, simultaneously beautiful and baffling, and utterly unique. In northeast China, where the Liaohe River meets the sea, lies a landscape that erupts in color each autumn: Red Beach. Here, the vivid scarlet expanse stretches as far as the eye can see, but it is not flowers or painted fields that cause this spectacle. The secret lies in the Suaeda salsa, a resilient plant that flourishes in the region's saline wetlands. As the seasons turn, this unassuming greenery transforms into a sea of crimson, painting the landscape with Martian hues. Walking along the raised boardwalks, visitors are surrounded by an impossible palette: deep reds, punctuated by the silver glint of water and the flocks of rare birds that nest here. The effect is surreal, as if one has stepped into an alien world, or, honestly, an artist's fever dream. And yet, all of it is a natural process, repeated year after year, as life adapts to thrive in the harshest of environments. Red Beach is not only a feast for the eyes, but a sanctuary for wildlife. A reminder that the most improbable beauty can emerge from the most unlikely places. It is Earth's own living masterpiece, fleeting and unforgettable. In a quiet corner of western Poland, outside the town of Gryfino, a small grove of pine trees rises from the earth in a silent geometric rebellion. Known as the Crooked Forest, these 400 pines are unlike any others on the planet. Each one, at its base, bends sharply to the north before curving skyward, forming a series of graceful J-shaped trunks. The cause of this arboreal oddity remains a mystery. Some speculate that humans, seeking curved timber for furniture or shipbuilding, intentionally shaped the trees when they were saplings. Others point to a freak snowstorm or genetic mutation, but no definitive explanation has ever surfaced. leaving the forest shrouded in quiet intrigue. Walking among these contorted giants, one feels the weight of unanswered questions and the peculiar magic of the unexplained. The crooked forest stands as a living puzzle, a testament to the power of mystery in a world that seems ever more knowable. Deep in the heart of Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming lies a spectacle so vivid it seems painted by a giant's hand. The Grand Prismatic Spring, the largest hot spring in the United States, dazzles with its concentric rings of color, fiery reds, blazing oranges, brilliant yellows and tranquil blues. These hues are the work of thermophilic microorganisms, thriving in waters that reach temperatures up to 87 degrees Celsius. Steam rises perpetually from the surface, distorting and shimmering the air, as if the ground itself were alive and breathing. The spring's vivid rings are not static. They shift and blend as microbial colonies expand and retreat with the changing seasons and temperatures. To stand at the edge of the Grand Prismatic Spring is to witness a living, evolving canvas, a reminder that beauty and life persist in even the most extreme environments. It is a place where science and wonder exist in perfect harmony. In the remote reaches of western Madagascar rises a jagged fortress of stone, the Tsingy de Bemaraha, or Stone Forest. Here, razor-sharp limestone pinnacles stretch for miles, forming a labyrinth so dense and perilous that even local guides warn against walking barefoot. The landscape appears almost alien: spires, towers, and crevices cut by eons of rain and wind into a maze few dare to enter. The Tsingy is not merely a geological marvel, it is a sanctuary for unique plants and animals found nowhere else on Earth. Lemurs leap from rock to rock, chameleons blend into the gray stone, and centuries-old baobabs cling to the impossibly thin soil. Yet for all its harshness, the stone forest is alive, a testament to resilience and adaptation. To journey here is to step into a world at once forbidding and enchanting, where the boundaries between earth, sky, and life are redrawn with every passing day. In the heart of the Karakum Desert, a fiery wound blazes against the night. The Darvaza gas crater, better known as the Door to Hell. Over 50 years ago, Soviet engineers, searching for natural gas, accidentally collapsed an underground cavern. Fearing toxic gas release, they set it alight, expecting it to burn out in days. But the flame never died. Today the crater burns ceaselessly, a 70-meter-wide maw spewing flames and heat into the desert air. At night, the glow can be seen for miles, a beacon of mankind's folly and nature's power. The ground itself rumbles, and the stench of burning methane fills the air, a surreal, infernal landscape that feels more like the surface of another planet than our own. The Door to Hell is a sobering reminder of the unpredictable consequences of human ambition, and a sight that is impossible to forget once seen. High in the Bolivian Andes, the world's largest salt flat stretches to the horizon, Salar de Uyuni. For much of the year, its blinding white surface reflects the sun with dazzling intensity, but when the rains come, a thin layer of water transforms the salt flat into a colossal mirror, erasing the distinction between earth and sky. Clouds, mountains, and even distant travelers appear to float, untethered by gravity. The sensation is otherworldly, like walking on the sky itself. This vast reflective expanse has become a pilgrimage site for photographers, dreamers, and those seeking the extraordinary. Yet Salar de Uyuni is more than a spectacle. It is vital to the region's people and wildlife, and its reserves of lithium power the devices through which we now connect. It is a place where wonder and utility exist side by side, in perfect, shimmering balance. Northern Tanzania is home to a lake so striking, so seemingly inhospitable, that it appears lifted from a fevered dream. Lake Natron's waters, tinted a deep crimson or pink, owe their surreal color to salt-loving microorganisms and algae that thrive in the alkaline environment. The lake's caustic chemistry can reach a pH of over 10, nearly as basic as ammonia. Life here is rare, but those that do survive, like the lesser flamingo, flourish in spectacular numbers, their pink feathers mirroring the colors of the water. Yet, for most creatures, Lake Natron is deadly. The high mineral content preserves animal remains, encasing them in a stony shroud, as if petrified by Medusa's gaze. To witness Lake Natron is to confront both the beauty and brutality of nature, a reminder that even the harshest environments can give rise to scenes of unrivaled wonder. In southwestern Turkey, the landscape erupts in terraces of gleaming white, Pamukkale, meaning cotton castle. Here, mineral-rich hot springs have flowed for millennia, depositing calcium carbonate in cascading pools that resemble frozen waterfalls or the steps of a celestial amphitheater. The terraces shimmer in sunlight, sometimes glowing blue or gold as the day progresses. For centuries, people have bathed in these thermal pools, believing in their rejuvenating powers. The water, warmed deep within the earth, bubbles gently over the terraces, creating an ever-changing sculpture of stone and water. From a distance, Pamukkale appears as a mirage, an icy fortress rising from the warm Turkish plain. To walk these terraces is to step through time itself, where geology and human history intertwine, and where the Earth's patient artistry is on full, dazzling display. On the borders of Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana, an ancient tabletop mountain pierces the clouds, Mount Roraima. Its sheer cliffs rise over 400 meters, crowned by a plateau shrouded in mist and legend. This isolated summit is said to have inspired Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's novel, The Lost World, which is honestly a fitting tribute to a place that feels untouched by time. The summit is a realm of perpetual fog, strange rock formations, and plants found nowhere else on Earth. Waterfalls spill from the edges, vanishing into the jungle below, while unique frogs and pitcher plants cling to life in the thin, nutrient-poor soil. Many who make the arduous trek to the top describe it as stepping onto an island adrift in the sky. Mount Roraima remains a symbol of the unexplored and the unknown, a place where the imagination is set free. Hidden beneath the Arizona desert lies a corridor of stone, sculpted over countless centuries by flash floods and wind, Antelope Canyon. Its narrow winding walls rise like flowing curtains, with surfaces smoothed into graceful waves and hollows. When sunlight filters through the crevices above, the sandstone glows in shades of orange, purple, and gold, illuminating the passage in an ethereal dance of color and shadow. The canyon's beauty is both delicate and dramatic, drawing visitors from across the globe. Each twist and turn reveals new patterns, as if the earth itself were an artist, endlessly refining its masterpiece. For the Navajo people, Antelope Canyon is a sacred place, a living story written in stone. Walking through its passages, one cannot help but feel humbled by the patience of time and the quiet power of water, forever shaping the world beneath our feet. Far off the Horn of Africa, in the Arabian Sea, lies an island that seems torn from a science fiction novel, Socotra. Its landscape is dominated by the dragon blood tree, whose umbrella-shaped canopy and crimson sap give it an unearthly appearance. Yet this is only the beginning. Over a third of Socotra's plant life exists nowhere else on our planet. The island's isolation has allowed evolution to run wild. Bottle trees swell with water, desert roses bloom in twisted shapes, and strange birds call from rocky outcrops. The air is thick with scents unfamiliar to all but the island's inhabitants. Socotra is a living laboratory, a window into evolution's creative potential. To walk its shores is to witness the infinite variety of life, and to marvel at the extraordinary forms it can take, given time and solitude. In the arid Nevada desert, a kaleidoscope of color erupts from the earth. Fly Geyser. Unlike most wonders on this list, Fly Geyser is the result of human error. An attempt to drill a well in the 1960s struck a geothermal pocket. Hot water spurted forth, and over the decades, minerals built up into a surreal, multi-spired tower, painted in vivid hues by thermophilic algae. Steam billows from the geyser's vents and the mineral deposits glisten in the relentless sun, creating a spectacle that seems almost too fantastical to be real. The landscape is a living sculpture, shaped as much by accident as by intention, and still growing, inch by inch, each year. Fly Geyser is a testament to the unpredictable beauty that can emerge when humanity and nature collide, sometimes with astonishing results. In the heart of Bohol, Philippines, more than 1,000 perfectly shaped hills rise from the earth, their symmetry so precise it defies explanation. Known as the Chocolate Hills, these grass-covered mounds turn a rich brown in the dry season, resembling a landscape of giant, scattered confections. Geologists believe the hills are ancient, formed by the weathering of limestone over millennia, but myths abound. Tales of giants, weeping over lost love, or titans waging wars with boulders. Whatever their origin, the effect is mesmerizing. A sea of rounded hilltops stretching to the horizon, each one nearly identical to its neighbor. To witness the Chocolate Hills is to be transported to a place where the ordinary laws of nature seem to have been gently bent, creating a landscape as delightful as it is improbable. In the arid interior of British Columbia, Canada, a lake appears to have been painted by a whimsical hand. Spotted Lake, or Kliluk, is a sacred site to the First Nations people, its summer transformation a marvel of chemistry and nature. As the water evaporates in the heat, mineral-rich pools remain, forming hundreds of colorful spots, each a different shade, depending on the mineral content within. The effect is hypnotic. A mosaic of yellow, green, blue, and white circles, scattered across the lake bed like giant polka dots. The minerals, primarily magnesium sulfate, crystallize in the heat, creating natural borders between the pools and intensifying their color. This landscape can only be seen for a few short months each year, making it all the more precious and mysterious. Spotted Lake is a place where science and spirit meet, a reminder that there are still places on Earth that defy easy explanation, inviting us to pause, reflect, and wonder. These are just a few of the places on Earth that challenge our sense of reality. Which one would you visit first? From burning craters to crimson beaches, from frozen terraces to mirror-like salt flats, our planet is filled with wonders that blur the line between what is possible and what is merely imagined. Each of these sites tells a story, not only of geology, chemistry, or history, but of the restless creativity of nature itself. If you found yourself captivated by these unreal places, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your favorite in the comments below. Your engagement helps us continue to bring you the most extraordinary stories from every corner of the globe. And remember, we want to hear from you. Where are you watching from? And what time is it there? Let's see how far our fascination with the incredible can travel. Until next time, keep your sense of wonder alive, for the world is far stranger and more beautiful than we often believe.